And it is time for the sound test, which I hear absolutely nothing. Okay, I do hear myself. Okay, so I need to work on Christmas Horse. Let me go ahead and post my links. I know I'm a little bit late today as well, but I've been staying up late playing Clair Obscur during this Thanksgiving break. Hi, YouTube sucks. How's it going? So we got that chat and we got IRC chat, and I just thought I'd post IRC. Um, let's see. On my Mastodon, Christmas Horse Game Dev Stream. Hashtag C++, hashtag HTML, hashtag Christmas Horse. Um, Post. Okay. Alright, so covering of the old Crimbus horses. Are you Des Tomate? Ba-doop, ba-doop, boop. I was wondering what that website was that I keep seeing people link to. Because it's not, it doesn't look like a PeerTube. Is it like Gromble or something? Yeah, I downloaded the video. I still haven't watched all of it, but I do need to go back and fix up some Christmas horse. So we're in 2025. I have not started on the code yet, so that's kind of going to be what we need to do. I haven't even made like a game state file. And let's see, I just got a text from my coworker, my my cousin Rebecca. Okay, so here's what we are planning on doing. I thought I would have more time this past summer to work on some game development, and we were planning on just making like Christmas Horse Beach episode is what we call it. Um, but then my house had water damage and a big leak, and it took like a month just between scheduling everything. Hi. Because you schedule something and then it's like, okay, the plumber is available in 5 days. Okay, next thing, next thing, the contractor's available in another 3 days. So like all of most August was spent fixing water stuff. So we didn't really get to work on that, but we were gonna. So that was gonna be a visual novel with just RenPy as its own standalone thing. But since we didn't get to do it over the summer break, it's just gonna be in Christmas Horse now. So I'm gonna make a very rudimentary visual novel engine is the plan. Or worst case scenario, we just make a what is it called? A kinetic novel engine, which is just the story and no choices. But I'm planning on it being very rudimentary choices either way. So I haven't even started on that. I haven't even thought through the architecture of that. But if you have played the various Christmas horses, they're each different gameplay styles. So a couple years ago, I made like a point and click adventure thing. Oh, that's loud on my side, but you can't hear it. So I made this whole system and like inventory items and like basic switches. So that was a whole thing. And like I stored the data as CSV files, which I think we can come look at that. The maps. So you just have these CSV files so you can like mess around with them if you wanted. Oh, why does LibreOffice always do that? Okay, this one is empty. I opened the empty one. Let's open the cell hallway. So it's not the best. I wouldn't do it again this way just because not every item has the same things, I think. Or, yeah, I had to do like, if you have picked up bathroom key, because that would be what shows up on the inventory when you click on it. Um, so I don't know, kind of just a kludgy system. Here's like the dialogue split by pipes, and then it would play a little bit at a time. Yeah. So I also like last summer I taught a kids game dev class, and then I basically put Christmas Horse remotely on everyone's computers, and so they played a lot of the horse raising game. So that was fun. It was fun to watch a bunch of kids be very competitive about raising their horses. So here's I'm working on these. We have notes somewhere. I apparently didn't. I mean, I have like paper notes, typed notes. Yeah, I thought I'll try to figure out how to make it a little bit more integrated with the thing, or at least purple. I don't know. I'm using hex chat for the IRC, um, but I could just use a terminal-based thing, or I could like throw it in Emacs or whatever. But let's see. So I guess my plan today, I have um, graphics set up that are the placeholder graphics, or see, my cousin Rebecca, who I originally started making Christmas Horse for because she is a horse girl, um, she likes to paint, so she did the backgrounds, and she's gonna do all the backgrounds. But then I did like wireframe type of things, and she just painted this one, so I have that. But I haven't transferred it from my phone, I don't think. So I have these different locations, and it'll be like a Christmas horse holiday, and then you'll go between these different locations on your holiday times, and you'll also meet. So there's Beppis, our Christmas horse. I didn't know if I should give them a Santa hat. They're feeling a little bit sad, if you can tell, because they don't know if they're the original Christmas horse or if they're a clone of Christmas horse. It is unclear at this point, story-wise. This is my illustration of Drabus the horse, which is originally this horse. Let me just throw these guys in here. Dang it. I would also normally be using like a tiling window manager, but what was it? Was I using i3 or something? But it wasn't like supporting two monitors, and I just haven't configured that. So here's Drabus. This is a new character. This is Horsatia. This is a new character that, lives at this beach area. Another beach horse, beach horse. This is Ratchet, which is me, basically. Ship of Theseus, but horse. Well, they haven't been replacing bits of Beppis. They just have been cloning Beppis. It's like a Beppis cyborg. Gonna give me ideas. There's Sneezy, and then Wapeka, or Wabeka. I think it's Wapeka is supposed to be the name, but So the different horses there. So I have files at least for everything. I was trying to think of because I've used RenPy, um, but yeah, I basically these are pre-named with BG, so I can do the same kind of syntax like show background beach or something, show Beppis default or happy or sad or whatever. But I mean, minimum viable product because I still have like finals the next couple weeks, and we're gonna be traveling to India in December. So I need to, I don't know, just figure out what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, I haven't even created files for this yet, so I don't know if I have a template or if I should just grab the previous game state. How many game states did I have for the adventure game? I had, okay, like the actual game, and then some objects, and then a state for the epilogue. This is all just going to be um, in engine, so to speak. It's just going to all be visual novel style. Um, so yeah, my general method is here's one game state, we're going to shove everything in it and then point to that as part of the actual game itself. So we'll just reference that. And I'm going to make, let's see, this is Christmas Horse 2023, game state, HPP. That rhymed. Except I said 2023, but I meant 2025. So it wouldn't have rhymed. But we'll just create those and kind of get those started. And I guess I'm still going to use code blocks for now, just so I keep these up to date, but I've been an Emacs person. Wait, project packages. It's in weird order. Grab those, import to the project. Then I'm also going to have to update the Windows project, but I'll do that another time. Last year, I think I built the game for Windows using my mom's computer, so I have to remember her password to her computer. Yeah. I don't know, was 2023 better? Maybe, yeah, a little bit. Okay, so... Oh, I might need to update these colors also. Okay, weird. I don't know why it's so light. So this is our preprocessors. Let's at least make that not so... no, come on. Okay. Probably we'll need some SFML things. And this is still using SFML 2.6. Yeah, I mean, you can't set Emacs to be, like, if the main hangup is like the copy paste, you can set it to use normal copy paste, but part of it is like, oh, I have like Spacemacs here. What's the button for the menu? I forgot. There we go. You can set it to Kua mode. But I am used to this at this point of the weird. I can't tell you what the keys are. I just muscle memory know the keys. So like if I put this over here, let's save and do graphics.hpp. Of course, I won't have like my SFML completion stuff. I think that's all I need. And class Christmas Source 2025 game state public escapee state. Yeah, we're gonna work in code blocks. So then yes, reload. But yeah, I can muscle memory my cut copy pastes, but I can't tell you what the keys are. Oh, I haven't even tried those, but yeah, so I also I have like a droplet, and sometimes I just get work done from my droplet. So let me see. Sorry, I'm opening this on the other screen. So let's see. Because sometimes, depending on if I'm using like PowerShell or PuTTY from a different computer at work, certain keys don't work. But let's see. Shift delete. Does that cut? But for instance, the default undo I use is control forward slash, but sometimes that doesn't work with other things, so you could always do like control underscore, I think, for undo. Yeah. So there's some different options, but I tend to like do a lot of my work from the terminal, so using Emacs has been good for that. And then I can kind of get ahead of things. But let's see. Cut is Control W, and then paste is Control Y. Oops, oops. And then panic and cancel button you're trying to do is Control G. Whenever you accidentally like fumble a key combination. And then I especially like let's say if I were giving the solutions or creating the solutions, I could come over here, which is usually the style of what I do. I know you can't see the cursor. String insert. I can just, well, that didn't work because I have indent tabs mode. We don't want tabs, we want spaces. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. But, you know, you can do your rectangle inserts or rectangle deletes. Now I will rectangle delete this area. And then I'm going to white space clean. Or I can go to the web. We're going to go to asdf.com and look at this page. Or maybe my website, I don't know. Or I can open up my shell. Or I can open up the eShell. Or I can do whatever. How many batches? 5. Oh, it's the starter code, so it doesn't have the implementation. So, but now I'm going to suffer because I'm going to try to use those Emacs key bindings, and then accidentally mess things up all the time. Like, I use Control A to go to the start of the line in Emacs, but that's just select all in any other editor. Um, so I'm used to using like my keyboard shortcuts. It also sucks when I'm doing tick 80 and I accidentally hit something and like delete the screen. I'm like, have to panic, undo. Okay, so escapee state, which I need to include up top, is the base game state I created at some point. It wasn't originally in the game, but it just implements the ability to press the escape key. Where is escapee state? It's in program base. Okay. Um, so then that brings up that little menu, which I also need to improve on. Program base escapee state. So if I run the game and I go into a game, excuse me, I need to drink this coffee. It has this. That doesn't seem to be actually affecting my music, so there's a bug. But I can resume or I can go back to the menu and easily do that instead of hitting escape going directly back to the menu. So I need to like set up some tickets or something. I know I'm like being really distracted right now, but let's go ahead and create a ticket for that bug. I would like to make Christmas Horse a nice experience. So I'm gonna add, oh, I have some more due debuggings. Add hats for Christmas Horse 5. Oh, and I never finished porting Motor Horse, which is from the Playdate. Okay, well, we're gonna create a new issue. Changing volume on escape menu doesn't actually change volume. It's a bug. Assigned to myself. I don't know. Who cares? I'm not gonna work on it right away, but Because again, we need to get the game done for this year. The other thing is um, make boss battle easier. Adjust gift respawn time. I don't know. I'll just do this as like, we'll call it polish and we'll make it gold. We'll do that. Yeah, I don't know what genre of game I had originally planned for this year, because I usually think about what genre I would need to do throughout the year. I might have been thinking of platformer because I haven't done that yet, but then we're gonna do beach episodes, so now it's a visual novel, and I've written uh, 5 lines of actual important code so far. Okay, we need our. I'm just gonna copy paste these. We need our inherited initializations. I've apparently some debug functions which could be nice, but we'll just comment those out for now. Oh, I can also do rectangle. No, it's not doing it. I can do rectangle select in Genie. So sometimes I open Genie if I'm using code blocks just so I can rectangle select something. Like there, I've rectangle selected. Rectangle. I spelled that wrong. And apparently you could do that in VS Code as well, which is what I use for my students in class because it's cross-platform and everyone has different types of computers, but I also I do not like VS Code. But it's cross-platform. Okay. Well, I guess the first step would just be to make sure I can get to the game state, which shouldn't be hard. It'll just be a blank game state. Um, yeah, let me open up my thing. And as usual, I am currently not playing any music, but you can choose your own background music to play. I happen to like the silly playlists, so you won't hear the music I play, but you can select your own background music for this experience. I like listening to the ultimate silly playlist for boost energy. Yeah. Also, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to like write JSON for my config stuff. And then in VS Code, I make students open the terminal and build from the terminal. I'm going to start making them use Git from the terminal as well because I was having them use Git bash, terminal Git for quite a while, but this year, 2025, I've had them use VS Code's interface for the source control, and that's caused problems. There's problems either way, but I'll teach both ways, I guess. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm being very distracted. We're gonna open these up side by side and just implement these. Oh, I can't rectangle select. Source control, more like horse control. That would be funny. So in the adventure game Christmas Horse from 2023, there are cubicles. Oh, it's fine. Um, because the elves code games for Santa for part of their Christmas job. So if we ever have computers in the horse group, we'll have horse control. It's Clarissa. I've barely done anything. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so what do I normally do in the thing? Okay, I have all this freaking debug information so that I have a like logger system. Also, apparently I used no, that should be spaced more. Class name, because again, if I run the game, it comes up with a log file. It's kind of all over the place, honestly. Where is the log? I don't know. But I I have settings in CSV files or cha-cha files, which is Hindi for uncle, but the engine name is Cello, like let's go in Hindi. So it's all over the place. And now that there's a new SFML, I don't want to update my whole engine. I don't want to update my whole engine for new SFML. Um, how's it going, Clarissa? Here, I'm gonna squish this over here and put this on the bottom. Even though I wish I was in Emacs right now, which I guess I could be, but then I'm gonna lose out on my SFML autocompletes. But see, I have this logger. We'll just do the same thing. This is 2025 Game Init. I've been a bit bonkers with my logging system. So when it does output an HTML file, it'll show like, this is the stack trace basically, because I have this shit everywhere. I'm not doing it for update and draw because those get called all the time. Okay. Once again, I've woken up and decided to stream without like blowing my nose first. This is 2.6, so I have not updated to the latest version. I will be right back. I'm gonna just like go blow my nose so I don't feel so gunky. I left the door open, so now Pixel's probably going to need to join me. I know I don't have the webcam on. This stream is sponsored by potatoes. Yeah, I think this is 262. I'd have to look. Um, okay, maybe it's 2.5. Kitty cat. I need to set up a cat cam also. Just a moment. One thing in Linux is every time I turn on my webcam, it changes my audio out input. Come here, baby. Come here, kitty cat. um, is this the video capture? Oh, yeah, it's pointing to the top of the screen at the moment. There's me, and here is Pixel the cat, who is usually on my lap while I work on stuff. And also this long cable that's in the way. If she settles down, I'll do a cat cam, but she might not. She might just be annoying. Yeah, I mean, of the Linux things, well, I will say my onboard webcam does not work, but I don't really consider that a bad thing. But for certain work stuff, they're like, I want to see your ugly face. Okay, Pixel, can I get you to sleep on the side of the desk? On your cat bed? Your cat blanket? Here, I'll show this process of having to get her to settle down. So, first, you put a blanket here, and then you create a box with your arms. Because cats like to be in box. Come on, Pixel. I also don't want to look at your butt. Pixel. Come on. I will pet you once you lay down. There we go. The baby! The baby! And you give her attention while she's not in the way. Oh, okay. She's probably gonna rotate to face me at some point, but... Oh, you think you're gonna have my arm this entire time? Well, I need that arm. Oh, my webcam is stuck on something. Apologies for that. The cable was wrapped around the monitor. Pixel, you smell bad. Okay, please lay down. Let's not show everyone your butt. Lay down? Sleepy? Mm-hmm, I love you. Mwah. Sleep. Lay down. I mean, I could also shut her out of the room, but then she'll just paw at the room and cry. She can't really cry out loud, like something's been wrong with her voice since we got her as a stray kitten. So she doesn't actually meow or anything, she just goes, eh. Are you gonna lay down? Are you gonna lay down this way? Come on, lay down. Mwah. Okay, we gonna sleep this way? Everyone's just gonna see a big back of a cat. Because you are big. You're a big old kitty. Mwah. Okay. I don't know if I can move the camera. Stop moving. Okay, what if we just ignore Pixel and then I leave this webcam over here? Then I can't type because it's in front of my keyboard. Move it over here and you can observe the silhouette of a cat. Hey, lay down. I could also turn on my ring light. I don't know if that'll help. No, she just absorbs all of the light. Pixel! Pixel! Look, my hand is over here. I hide my hand in my hoodie, and then my other hand is over this way. You staring at me. Okay, we'll just leave her like this. I'm trying to work. She might sleep on my hand, but now I messed up my keyboard. Yeah. I have some desks near the window, but this one wants to be with me. She's like just looking at me like, why am I not getting attention? She also sleeps next to me on the bed, but her face has to be on my face. So that's the life. Oh, I didn't even look at my YouTube chat. Will Rachel sing? I do have my bookworm book tracking name as Rachel will read, and then I have my, what is it? My photo pixel fed. My, I'm thinking, I can't think of the word. The Fediverse, like the mastodon of pixels of images, like a distributed Instagram alternative. I have that as Rachel will click. Also, when I changed my name, I did not I did not think that through all the way. But yeah, she just wants head pets. Okay, so we created some function stubs. Currently nothing is being drawn, so maybe you'll just do like a colored rectangle. We don't need anything there. This is the entire adventure game. Where's the draw function? Or I could load a background and draw that or something. Let's just do that. Let's just draw a background. So usually I set up a vector or a map of images. No, wait, I have an asset class. An asset manager. Oh, gosh, I haven't been writing C++ SFML code lately. I write a lot of C++ for my because I teach C++, but I have a texture manager here. As we can see, let's see, am I using my texture manager? I'm probably loading them in here. Yeah, okay. So in here, we're going to load in an image. We're going to add, where's my folder? Now she's facing away from me. Pixel. There. Can you see her? I could maybe. She's on a blanket. I could scooch her away, but now she's up again. And she's facing the other way. Okay, we're just going to leave this here. Yes, you stay there. So in Christmas Horse 25, I have temporary graphics. And I don't remember if this is going to be relative to... Okay, it's outside packages. So we're going to add packages. Let's throw this down here. Add, oh, the key and then the path. So we'll just call this test. Yes, now you're comfy. Packages, Christmas Horse 2025. Graphics. I just kind of threw everything in there, which isn't ideal, but we'll do. Okay. We'll do that, and then we just draw that out again, which I might need a sprite. I just need to create a sprite. And change this to add and get so that I can set the texture out, but load the texture first. Yes, cat increase programming productivity, yes. I wish you could see your face better. Maybe I can increase the brightness of this video capture. Oh, like it depends on the monitor. On my actual like secondary monitor or on my laptop, it's always darker. But on my main monitor that I use, it's lighter. So I don't know how well you can see her face. But we could always up this brightness a little bit. Color correction. Bright. Oh, that's too. No, nope. Nope. Okay, we'll reset that to 0. Can you see her face? Her little kitty cat face. Just ready to sleep. Okay, so we have our sprite, and then in here, we'll just draw that. So, um, as part of the class itself, the base iState class, we have... Nope, I forgot how to do things. I have to reference my old code. Also, Control S is save, but in Emacs it is search. So, also, why do I have two spaces in these? Um, oh, right, it has access to the window. I'm dumb. Okay, draw the test. That's all we'll do there, and then we're going to add this. Actually, I don't have anything in the main menu to represent it, and I'll have to update the menu itself as well. So with the menu state, we have icons. Let's see. Let me find my GNU image manipulation program. I'll throw this in here. So those are the previews. I don't need to do that yet, but I do need to update the menu, which is apparently somewhere else. Content menus, startup. So again, also if I was remaking my menu system, I would probably not be using CSVs because this is a mess. But we'll have, here's play 4, and I'll just kind of copy these. Let's insert some space to keep these kind of together, over place. Well, that's not going to work very good. This is going to be play 5. Raise your own horse. So, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I will be right back again. You can uh, Alright, I really need to let myself wake up before I start streaming, man. The TMI is the coffee hit. Oh yeah. Um, I have so there's an old computer there. What was it called? I don't remember. And then I don't know what else. I think my VIC-20 is downstairs, but the Commodore is in there. And then I have the Apple II downstairs, which I still need to mess around with. Yeah, I should just drink the coffee and then stream. Okay, game icons. Yes, the Osborne. Um, and I also have one of those little IBM convertible computers, but I think I have that one maybe in the basement. Yeah, I don't see it there. Um, that I have gotten the IBM convertible to work. I think I have short videos on YouTube and stuff. And I did get DOS installed or running or something on it. But on a monochrome screen, it's kind of hard to do stuff. Like, can't really play Doom as good, but it is cool. Yeah, I bought. Now I'm just thinking of my computers. I bought like a external USB floppy disk writing thingy, and then I bought floppy disks that actually work, and then I just got busy with work, and then didn't really get to mess around with it much. Pixels back. Um, yeah, I've messed around the most with the VIC-20. And I need to like mess around with the C64. I spent money on it. I bought it. Um, and the apple too. No, I know I taste like apple cider hand soap, but let's see. Okay, Pixel, you're the star. You guys don't need to be looking at my face. There we go. Ah! I'm gonna crop this so you don't have to look at me. Not color key. Crop. Oh, we don't need to be watching that either, Pixel. I'm gonna turn off the camera until she's done with that. In the meantime, I have to figure out where I'm positioning this stuff. So the first game, nope, the first game is play 0 because of course I named it like that. We have X, so it's in the first column. Then these are in the second column, so that's fine. Probably 460, 520, 540. So we'll see how that looks. Yeah, if I color key pixel. Oh, I need to include my various things. See, this is why I should be programming games all the time so I don't forget all of my engine stuff. Chalo engine, utilities, logger. So now it's here and it just says Christmas Horse 5, and then we'll implement the click. So it is named state equals Christmas Horse 5 is the thing. So in startup state, this is going to be... Oh, I'm not even paying attention to that field, so we'll just do this. But I also have to load in the state as well, which is handled in the state manager. Wait, where am I loading these? That sets the go-to state, but where's my... location where I'm saving the states. It's probably like Maine or no, my local Shallow engine program. No, where am I storing all my states? I don't remember how any of this works. It's not in the engine. It's going to be in the game itself. It's going to be application? There's the state manager. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, so we'll include 2025. And then we probably have to load it down here. And then clicking on that. Oh, I need to include. Well, I did include it. Game state. What are you mad about? It does exist. It does exist! Okay, I'm also gonna grab something, which is just outside of the range of my audio cable, but barely. I should not have to do a rebuild. This is not the problem. I don't know what the problem is, but such as debugging code that you haven't seen in a long freaking time. Did I not? Do I need to put it in a namespace? I shouldn't have to. I don't think I have a namespace for the game itself. New CH 2025 game state. CH 2025 game state? Include file? Oh. Yeah, that might cause issues. How to feed a pig a carrot? If you give him a carrot for a day, they'll eat for a day. If you teach the pig to carrot, then they'll carrot for a lifetime. Okay, so so there's our background image. We got an image drawing. Now the rest of the code is left. So, okay, well, then the next challenge is how do I want to store the quote unquote script for how the game runs? Um, I was thinking of just making it like the same as RenPy and then parsing that. So Pragma once is, yeah, it's not language standard and it doesn't compile everywhere. I just end up, I teach my students to use file guards. I think I get warnings if there's pragma onces in the code. If I build with G++, I think I get warnings. But I just try to teach everyone to do like portable code because also if they do like Windows specific stuff, that's not going to build and then I can't like grade their stuff. So, okay. So from here, we don't need that. And then we'll do, I have a scripts folder. Probably just make it like a plain text thing, but then I have to kind of define what is what. Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. Um, so I don't know. Do I need multiple files? What if I just do game.txt? Now I can also add it in here. Or I can name it, oop, that's not loading. Like game.renpy. Of course, I don't know if I'm gonna get the renpy vocab one to one. So we have graphics. Let's just start with like maybe draw a color. So like again, this is up to me. Uh, do I want to just say like show 000? Like what do I want to do? Um, or I could make it like literally just it's a shape and then give it a red, green, blue at 00. Just put this shape at this location and then just parse it that way. Like, how do I want to do? Or just do like show black background, which actually, if, well, I don't know if Rebecca's going to do any of the coding for this, but are you going to do coding for this pixel? I don't know how portable it has to be. It's not like if I was making a visual novel engine, I would just start from scratch. Okay, we're done. We're done. Um, so many decisions. Can't get analysis paralysis. It's okay if it's bad. So game state will also do, let's just do like a vector of strings. And parse it. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this. So we'll just create this as the background layer and then std vector sf sprite, um, characters or like objects or whatever. And we'll have a vector of strings for the commands or the script, I guess. So we'll change this to m background. Of course, I guess the easiest thing to do would be to like create a black pixel, not my cat, but just be like show background black or something like that. I wouldn't need like I wouldn't need it to be the whole screen. I guess I could stretch it out in SFML to fit the window. Like that could just be part of the feature. Let's see, background black. Guess we'll name it JPEG because all the others are JPEGs. This is like a 1 pixel JPEG. Um, background BG black .jpeg. And then let's also add some text. So like um maybe narrator. Background entirely made of cat, yeah. Narrator or I don't know. Well, okay. If I want to have characters talking, it'd be like Beppis. How would I want to parse this? I don't know. This is test text. So if I do that, or here, maybe like character Beppis, I could put says just to make it clear. And we'll just try to parse that. So we're going to load in the game script and parse it. if this was actually a recurring thing, I would make it part of the engine, but it's not. So input file stream, in file, I guess it'd be packages, Christmas Horse 2025, scripts, game.text, std string, buffer, while I wonder, I have my string library in here, I think. Because I have like a string utility somewhere in the engine where I can like split things up easier. I do have the CSV parser, but I think I have a split. No, two string. Yeah, there's my split, so I could just split things as well. Okay. So we could just do this roughly and say like if buffer dot find. Actually, I'm not going to use the dot find. I'm going to use, I have a contains function because then that could be case insensitive. If, is this in a namespace? Helper contains, not my favorite syntax, but okay. Helper contains, so we're looking at the haystack. We're looking for background, I guess I'll, case sensitive, false. If that returns true, then we're gonna, I don't know. Oh, maybe I should make a little struct or something. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I mean, I guess if I parse this, I could do this later in the game update. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do, I don't know if that'd be, here, let's unsigned int m current line of script. We'll just load it straight into the vector. And then we'll make sense of it later. We'll interpret it later. So we have that. Update. I guess we'll wait for a click for each thing. I don't remember how I handle click events in this engine. Let's go to the header files. I mean, I have a menu system, but I'm just trying to keep this like really simple. We have input manager is left click released is what we want. Okay, so we'll have one thing, but if Chalo input manager is left click release, then we basically just increment current line. So we'll also need our managers, input manager. Then down here, based on whatever that's doing, so let's do std string current command, or I don't know, whatever. Current command is m script at that position. I guess I'll do at m current line, and we can throw a try catch around it. I don't remember what it throws. Probably like a invalid index. The at function throws out of range. Catch. If that happens, then I don't know. I think I have an error state. Sometimes I create an error state where if I detect like a crash, I just instead of crashing the program, I just go to the error state and then it's like click OK to to have the game properly crash. I don't know. Um, I guess if that happens, let's see, state manager, set go to set go to state. Why is that not showing up? Weird. Oh, change active state. We'll just go back to the main menu if we run into any problems. And also just log it. And then our string library. And then our location. So, I mean, ideally, I wouldn't just go to the end of the script, but, you know. Oh, I'm learning to clap at the doctor. Um, okay, anyway, we're going to look at the current command. And then we'll make sense of it. So, if helper contains current command, oops, and we'll just do background. Then we'll figure out which background we're going to draw. I assume. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I mean, I can literally just add the texture right off the bat. Then as the game runs, it's just going to take more space, but whatever. Aw, 1 year old, almost one. Yeah, my friend Rahaf, she has her youngest is 4, so he's very cute right now. We're gonna load in the image file, or at least try to. Oh, let me split this too as well. STD string. Or I could split it ahead of time and just check, like, the first command could just be what we're doing. And so then we can just say if, well, we'll do params 0, which again, I'm like adding more issues that could happen. if params.size is 0, then we're gonna leave this function. Anyway, if that happens to say background, then we're gonna load the second one. So this format is gonna be background file name params.at1. Actually, let's do it this way. If the params is 2, because you should have 2 items, it should be in this format, then it should show it. And I don't have any transition, but that would be for later. So that should show that up. Let's just do like a couple of these. Actually, yeah, let's do that, and then background boardwalk. So it's gonna add and get. So we'll do m background.set texture. And I might have to look at the SFML docs because I just want it to fit the screen no matter what. I don't want to give it a factor though. I would like to just give it a width and height. Let me see. Because again, like the black pixel's just like a tiny thing. Or I could just make it a special image like here. So these images should all be 1280 by 720. Maybe I can like, oh gosh, that's bigger than I thought. Oh, I'm just zoomed in all the way. Okay. Like we could grab, I think my outro graphic for original Christmas horse. Oh no, not that one. For it was the other Christmas horse. I'm thinking of this image, like that could just be in the background as the Christmas horse introduction narrator screen or something. Or we'll just like make it barely visible so it is a special image, but I don't know, we'll just see that. So it's gonna set that, and then it will draw it to the screen. So window.draw m background, and then when we click, it should go to the next thing. Oh, m background. And I can also just tell it to immediately go to this state. We didn't include the state manager. Oh, okay, okay, never mind. We'll just do that and set the current line back to 0. So if the game starts repeating from day 1, it's not part of the design. It's not like a subversive game design. So there's our first background. I'm supposed to click and then it's supposed to go to the next one, but so let's add some just debug text. Um, what is it? SF text? Debug text. Let's throw these in here. Because it would be good to like be able to monitor current values without having to like run in debug mode. Um, so up here, we'll just call debug setup. And in here, we'll call debug update. And in here, we'll call debug draw with the window. So for setup, we're going to say m debug text dot set font, and we should have font manager get. I just have to remember what my fonts are, which might be set up in here. It's set up somewhere. I don't know where. Guess we'll just look at look for any font manager ads. Well, not that one. No, I have to have fonts. Where am I setting fonts up? I'm not loading it per game, am I? Okay, I have a main font, basically. That's what I was thinking about. So we'll load in main font, and we'll just set this as, I don't know, 12. Set outline color. I don't think I have Comic Sans on this computer. I do have my own fonts I've made, but they're not very good because I don't have like good spacing on them. But when you see a font like, if I come over here, they all start with Moose. So if I go to Moose Hand, this is one that I use a lot. But see, like the spacing's not very good because I'm still like learning. So usually if I use it in like a video editor, I kert it back all together close by and set it like that. So it's my own unique font, vaguely based on my handwriting, but not really. Yeah. So from there, we're just going to say m debug text dot set string, and we're going to grab m script dot at m current line. And while we're at it, we'll just output the current line as well. So helper to string m current line. Dang it, why is it doing that? Do the autocomplete. I also like to surround my strings with double quotes so I know if it's blank or not. And then down here we'll draw it. So window.draw m debug text. And back in my application, we're going to use 2025 game state. And it's mad. Debug text, set outline color. Okay, so background black, click. Okay, so it's not clicking forward. Maybe my input manager just doesn't work. So I mean, I can check the is left click. I have a cooldown. Wait, do I have to check if it's left clicked versus released? Okay, that's not how I was expecting it to do the thing. So I guess um, we'll just check for click. I was expecting release to be its own state. Still not doing anything. Input manager, why are you not working? Oh, I forgot this part of my game state. Burp, burp. It's kludgy. I mean, I can do directly SFML based input, but I shouldn't have to because I wrote an input manager at some point. Oh, it's over here. Do I need to call setup? Did I just never call setup? Is my other stuff using the SFML things? Load map. Oh my gosh, I want to auto format this document, but I also hate it whenever a git diff is all just the file's been readjusted. Update is paused. Input manager toggle cursor false. So I am using the input manager cursor. Is if left clicked. Oh, get mouse position, which I don't really need. Oh, okay. I'm forgetting to call my input manager updater. We'll just do that then. Let's see. Oh, it went to number. Oh yeah, the blink line was nothing. So let's also account for that. Um, if buffer is empty string, we're going to continue. We don't need any of those empty strings here. That's just for the human readability. It's not very responsive on my first click. I don't know why. But okay, then we have a background. And then the next one will be character Beppis says. So in this case, if params.size, I guess it'd be 3, we'll assume no spaces in the name. Helper contains params.at character. I'm trying to think of maybe if it has that and says. So in that case, we're going to need a text. So just one text at a time as well. And probably SF text. Speaker name. And we'll initialize it up here too. So we'll set up the dialogue to be the same style as debug, but larger. Like maybe 20. And then speaker name we can change colors based on. We'll copy this. And then I could just hard code the speaker name. So let's do a map. So here, dot, I need to give it a red, green, blue. So let's see. I need all of the horses. So we'll just do kind of this golden. I'm going to set it to this. What a unique looking setup. And I'm referencing GNU image manipulation program. Set color 255, 204, 102. So when Beppis says, we don't need to set anything else. We can like preset the location. I don't know. What's 720 times 2/3? 480. And this will be a little bit higher than that, so maybe like 430. I guess we'll just always draw it, but we could always set them to empty strings. So that we'll say m speaker name dot set string. Actually, maybe I'll make this like that. I need to grab dialogue from the next line. This is Linux Mint with the Mate desktop. So we'll grab that in a minute. I want to set speaker name dot set fill color to m speaker colors. We'll just do this. There was something else I was thinking of. Well, I guess if we're not having a sys line, we can just like reset these to not display anything. And we'll set these to be correct in whatever capitalization. I have not tried Omarchy or Marchy. I have I think i3 window manager. I tried out Xmonad. We're building a game, Christmas Horse. But I was using i3 mostly, but since I'm on two monitors and I haven't configured things, here it shows Beppis. Uh, I just haven't configured that for two monitors, so I'm just in Mate right now. Up here, I'm gonna set this to a larger font. And then down here, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of Omarchy. I've tried, I started on Ubuntu back in like 2007. Actually, technically, my dad got me a CD copy of Linux Mandrake when I was like 14. Um, so I used that a little bit, but this was like also back when I had a computer that was not on the internet. So I mostly just played Jump and Bump a lot, and I didn't know what else to do. Um, but then I was in Ubuntu, and then I kind of stopped using Ubuntu once they like moved to that Unity desktop environment. Then I jumped around, like I tried Debian, and I've just enjoyed Linux Mint the most. Let's see. Okay, so I need to grab the next line of text, which also hopefully doesn't crash the program. um, Try to grab M. I'm not sure how I want to do this. Like, at this point, do I just auto increment? No, because I want this needs to stay as it is. I could parse this so it has, like it just says, like reads the rest of it as text. I could do that, and then I don't have to look at the next line. So dialogue for, let's start at 3. I is less than params.size, I plus plus. Dialogue plus equals params at I. Cool. Glad the stream was recommended to you. I don't do a lot of like algorithm-based SEO-ing. Oh, actually, I need to do one more thing here. I need to make sure I call update for my menu manager so that the escape menu does work. Oh, now I have to include the menu manager. Okay, escape still doesn't work. uh, that should take care of the escape menu. Oh no, I have to call escapee state update. The particulars of using my own engine that I haven't used in, again, a year since last time I wrote the last Christmas horse. Okay, it could not find my menu textures. Well, I didn't load them in, that's why. Let me just grab that stuff. I mean, it should be part of escapee state. I shouldn't have to set all that up. Okay, well, I'm ignoring that for now. So we're going to continue. It should do the dialogue, and we'll do Of course, the way this is set up, it's just going to do it every freaking cycle, so I don't want that. I'm going to move this. Well, Yeah. But we'll do m dialog.setString dialog. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all this, and if we left click, I'm going to then do this. That way it's not doing it every cycle. Current command. Oh, right. Okay. Line 1. This is text. Oh, I forgot to put spaces in there. But hey, I mean, I could put like a little shady background and then that'll work. I do need to put, I guess we'll just have a trailing space at the end, but no one will know. Who's gonna know? Let's do SF rectangle shape, shady background. So up here, well, we could draw it down here. And I guess if it's not in use, we'll just throw it off the screen. I don't know. We'll do that. And if it is in use, we'll throw it back to 480, 480. And I need to set up the colors and the size. Set fill color. So 0, 0, 0, but then an alpha of maybe, is the alpha based on 255? I thought it was different. Let me double check. But I'm gonna have to now navigate to the previous, with documentation for the previous version. How inconvenient version updates. Yeah, I use Kdenlive for video editing as well. Okay, so classes. I want to look at my rectangle shape. Actually, I want to look at color, honestly. Huh, okay, well, I guess we'll try maybe 100. Yeah. Yeah, any video editing I do in Kdenlive or Kdenlive. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so set that shady background dot set. Size? Is that just going to be the rectangle size? So we want the whole screen width and then whatever that is. Okay, let's see. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. I need to initialize it in a better spot. But here, this is test text. I'll make that a little bit darker. I guess I could also adjust it based on how many text is there. Of course, I'll have to add word wrap as well, but that'll be kind of like a polish thing. I'm just gonna set that off screen for a minute. Yeah. Or for mobile game development, I used to use however the heck you pronounce Gaderos. I found a wave file at one point that told you how to pronounce it, and I know it's not Gaderos. Um, But that's how I pronounce it with my terrible American English ears. Okay, so we have that. Let's do at least drawing a character image. So we have our characters here. I mean, technically I can name them whatever. So let's do character, or let's say show char Beppis default dot ping, and then maybe I could just either give it. I like how RenPy has like left, center, right, so I could do that, or I could do a number, or we could keep it simple and just keep left, center, right. Because like, how fancy are we gonna make it? We'll just do left. So we'll also I have that um, vector of sprites. So I will also preload my um, character images for now. Well, I, I don't know. I don't know how many total graphics we'll have, but I think I'll just add them. This is another place where I could be inconsistent and say like show Beppis default. Um, because I could give the texture a different name. That's going to be the key of how I address things. But we could do Beppis default. And then I could add the other moods and stuff. So we'll do that. Let's add multiple characters just so I can test all 4 locations. So in this case, well, if I want, I guess I'll just add them as they show up. Okay, so for instance, SF sprite. Um, I could have like a clear command to just erase the sprites. New sprite.set texture, Chalo texture manager, get, and then we'll get the direction. No, if rams2, do the same. Left, center, right. Then we'll do new sprite.set position. What is the size of our horses? Are they all the same? I think I made them all the same. I'm pretty sure. So 600. Oops. So for instance, if I have horse, let's just do this for reference. So we're going to want them towards the bottom of the screen. But this would be, for center, 340, 190. Left would just be at 0, but we'll use the same Y. And then the right side would be the width of the screen minus the width of this guy. So we'll see how that looks. Create that, set the texture. I think that's all I need. And then M sprites, M characters, not push back, new sprite. And then down here, for auto characters, window.draw, Kara. Okay, and then I'd have to like add a clear command to get rid of them. No match for call. Set texture, get params sub 1. Hmm? What am I not seeing? So the parameter is a set of strings, parameter sub 1. Should just be the key. Sprite, set texture, get the, no, I have the right amount of parentheses. What am I missing? Oh, no, I know. Okay. Blah. I forgot the at function. Oop, the window popped up over here. Oop. Ah. Ah. So yeah, it's just repeating in the background. Let's do hot maybe I should make this as a map so I could get rid of specific ones at a time. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to say like remove specific index. Or have a little struct to store the sprite and the name of the sprite, which I could do. I wonder if that might make it easiest to write the scripts. Like hide Beppis default. I'm just like thinking in the future, like, what if I want to hide a character and then show the other frame of them at the same time? Because I could put, like, okay, I'm just thinking about how to parse this. Um, because I think in RenPy I can do like character space type, like emotion or whatever. But then I'd have to add some other code in here to specify like he, character name. I mean, I guess I could parse it that way. But then I'll still need some kind of struct to say like this is one sprite type and replace the sprite for Beppis. So we could do something like that. I'll just have to retool this. Again, like this is only for this Christmas horse. uh, Character name and then mood. So I might do that. And then we could say like hide Beppis. And we could get rid of it. So then what I would want, I could still have a vector. Um, I'm just trying to think this through. I could also do something like new scene and then it just clears out my image memory. Not that like loading multiple images is going to be a problem. I guess it's best practice to not pre-optimize things, but we'll just do this. Let me retool it a little bit. So then as we're doing that, we don't need a new sprite, but we have a um something else we'll have to do is say, well, if we already have a Beppis visible, do we already have this character on screen? So let's grab this will have to be 4. Characters if chara dot name, let's do how do I want to code this? Okay, I'm gonna do this instead. Then we'll set character index to I if character index is -1. Then we'll just add a new character immediately and then set it up. So m characters subvert dot push back. Oh, default constructor. Will let me do that. And we'll set the character index. I'll do that. Okay, so we don't need to set new sprite. We'll do characters. Maybe I'll rename this to like CI. Okay, this is gonna have to change here because now it's a little different. Okay. Here, let me just comment these out for a minute so I can think. So we need to set up the character's name and mood, and then like figure out the image based on that. So characters.at_ci .name should be param1. Mood is param2. And then we'll load a sprite based on that. So we're just going to assume that the character name is going to be name dash mood with Kara at the, or char at the start. So to lower, characters.at_ci.name. So it'll be char dash name plus dash I guess I could lowercase that as well, just to make sure. Actually, that's going to be... We'll just set that for both. Let me also create a path, just so I don't have to keep setting it everywhere. And then at that point, I don't need to preload them because it'll be taken care of down below. So we'll attempt to load the image and set that. Well, I'm going to set the name here. Well, no, wait, what am I thinking about? We're loading in the character name. We have a new mood, so we're going to overwrite that. We could have a new location. If this is a new character, we're going to load an image. Now I'm just thinking about what if we're still showing Beppis default, but at a different location now? Because at the moment, we'll load an image if it's a new character. I guess if the mood is default, this would be param 2. So if the mood is different, reload image. New mood is param 2. So we'll do that if new mood is not empty string. But then if this is the first, I'll just set it in here. New mood is param 2. Oops. So if it's a new character that we don't currently have on the screen, we'll create a new character, set its index, set new mood. New mood will trigger it to load an image. Am I setting the character name? Where am I setting it? So this should be characters dot at ci dot name should be param1. So by this point, it should have a name via what it already was, or this. This will set an index. If it finds a character name, so then it will edit that same index and just change the graphic or move it around or something. So then hopefully that works. And then we have the location. So that would be R 0, 1, 2, 3. That'd be param 3 now. Which I might have to adjust more because I might just clean that up to set up their location based on their actual size, because this guy got a lot of white space. They don't need to be the exact same size. But I'll update this. And adjust that as well. We don't need to add that. That sets the position. So for instance, we'll hide Beppis, we'll show at left, and we'll just see if this works. Currently height is not going to do anything, but if params.size is 2 and helper contains, I should make a shorter version of this function. We'll look for the sprite. I don't know, we could log it as an error. I'm doing it again. I'm forgetting the at. To fix these. Let's just see if it builds at the moment. Just update this. Oh, we got a new cat. I mean, we don't have a new cat, but here's Kabe, my oldest cat. Kabe time. Let me see if I can put an outline. Wait, what did that do? I don't want a gradient. So I have this little cat blanket on the desk, so that's where I try to get them to lay down whenever they hang out. Don't need that. We just need the index. Honestly, I'm just gonna throw the sprite off screen for now. And not worry about like actually deleting the thing. So I just wrote a whole bunch of code without testing. This will be dot sprite. Add this cat up here. Yep, too far. Cat cam. Okay, did that build? I got warnings. Okay, background, boardwalk. Oh, then it crashed. I forgot that SFML still captures your inputs even if the window doesn't have focus. Maybe I'll set this as like spacebar instead of click for the time being. Or update. Wait, where the heck? Input manager. What if they press the button? What if they press a button? I don't remember what the buttons are. We'll just do that for now and test it. That way I can still use my mouse. So left, middle right. Of course, if I hold down the spacebar too long, it goes that. This is text. Hide Beppis. It did not hide Beppis. Then it moved her to the right, and then something went out of range. I saw the message in the console beforehand. Where does my log get thrown out to? Let me find that real fast. Oh, it's an HTML file. I forgot about that. Oh, it's just throwing in my home directory. I guess because I got tired of dealing with it. I know you can like put stuff in the git ignore, but then sometimes it seems to just ignore your ignore. Where's my Christmas horse log? I don't care. Just put it in the main directory. We'll put the terminal over here, and we'll put the game window down here. So it did some text, and then it's hide Beppis, show left, out of range map at, so whatever is the next thing. Oh, okay, so I just didn't set up all of my character colors. That's why. But let's see if... Here's my log now. No, I don't want that. So this is what my log looks like. It has a bunch of the setup stuff. It's adding those states. Oh, I don't need that going on. Why is escapee state update? That's ugly. Anyway, so it shouldn't crash now. I just need to set the proper color. So she will be 255, 132, 229. And I'll have to do this for every horse, but I guess I'll do it now so I don't forget that I have these issues where it'll just crash. Or maybe I should just fix the crash. Maybe I just have it not crash. Let's it's a perfect opportunity to fix this bug. So setting the dialogue colors at speaker colors at speaker. So we'll try this and we'll catch, what is it, out of range? I think. Okay, let's make sure that yeah, sometimes I don't know why sometimes Get Ignored doesn't seem to do what I want it to do. It usually works fine, but sometimes I just need to like triage it next time it happens. Okay, so couldn't find color Wapeka, so then it does not crash the program. And then it's just gonna restart the script because but now it doesn't crash. So good. We don't want the game to just be a mess. Okay, we need to do Travis. We'll just kind of do that. Right. How do I full screen this again? Do that. Double click. Travis is 205, 112, 61. Get rid of him. This is Horsatia. Maybe I'll do this orange. Do what is this one? Lightning, I think. What's your name? Your name is Lightning. Oh, you also have a little orange bandana, and you're also very pale, so I don't know. Slightly different orange. What's your name? What is your name? Your name is not Mustang. Your name is something else. I think your name is Reed. I think. I think you're Reed. And then Quarter Horse is named Appleton, I think. You are Appleton. Who is also brown. It's going to be hard to differentiate these colors. I'll have to add some more details in the art. Maybe give them horse clothes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give them horse clothes. All these horses is brown. Except Wapeka, who is pink. I already said that. And then I think that's everything. Okay. And if we check this now, here's the errors, so they get highlighted. Yeah, I'm already bad with names when it comes to like playing a game and being like, I don't remember who the heck this is. I just played Expedition 33 over 3 days. And I keep forgetting Verso's name. I keep wanting to call him like Vriska. Left, center, right. This is text. Hide Beppis. I didn't program that, or I need to fix that. This is also text. Okay, so the hide was not working. So I hide name should be, here's the index. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty bad at remembering names, at least for class. Like I have a roster. I get used to student names just by grading it, but then I also like we have a photo roster, but you have to like sign into a special place to get there. So then especially for online classes, I'm used to student names and I'll recognize their names, but if they like don't have a avatar picture in Canvas, I'll just be like, I don't know who you are. Okay, that was supposed to hide Beppis. Let's check the log. So sometimes students will like recognize me when I'm in the hallway, and it's like, I guess you're my student. I don't know who you are because I have a lot of online students I just haven't seen. Okay, it looks like that didn't trigger. Oh, this is supposed to be 0. That's why. Like some students I have will like come to class pretty regularly, but I teach high flex classes, so they don't have to come to class. Sorry, Kabe, I was just petting you. I didn't expect you to move. Okay, so Beppis went away, and then Wapeka immediately went by. Let me set this back to click mode. I don't want this to, like, I need to do, like, the timeout for the inputs. Um, oh, Kobe is so cute. I don't know if I can move this webcam into a good spot. Look at that, baby. Okay, if I hold down the button, it's gonna do the thing. I need it to not. Let's see if this works now that I am calling input manager update. No. Um, because again, the input manager is assuming I'm checking is left click and then to set it to true. Could I check if left click below and then call left click release? I don't know if that will work. I might have to change how that works in the engine. No, it's not responding. I do have a mouse click cooldown, but it's not setting it when that happens. I don't know if I have that as a manual function to call. Oh, I also have is mouse enabled. Do I just need to say if you're clicking it, here, let me just look in this file for, close these. Is it setting the cooldown anywhere, is my question. Okay, it's setting it to the max when it disables a click. But where's disable click being called? Nowhere. Let's see if we can finagle this. If left click, then should I just call disable click down here? This might inadvertently break the other Christmas Wars games. I'd have to check. Oh, it doesn't work either. So disable click is supposed to set the cooldown. I don't know what the cooldown max is. 7. I mean, honestly, oh, that sets the keyboard cooldown. It's still not doing anything. I don't like this really long function being right here. I'm gonna throw it down here. Oh, I lost my spot. Doesn't seem to. I don't know if it's maybe not doing a C out. Click cooldown. So there is a cooldown. Wait, if cooldown is less than or equal to 0 and button pressed left, so it's not recognizing a left button click, but it is recognizing. Oh no, it's just calling all the time because that. Um, I'm just gonna rephrase this. I'm gonna fix this, and then I think that's good for today. But I think it's not recognizing the click, which is weird. Return true. So it's supposed to be returning true. What's it say? Continue script is equal to the result of that. Logger out, continue script. I mean, I can also just open up GDB. I don't know if CodeBlox's debugger thingy will work. Sometimes it doesn't. So I did a few clicks. Refresh over here. It's returning true. Otherwise, it's supposed to return false. It's a Boolean. It should be set right here. I guess I'll just output it here. I am confused. Is left click return true, button continue script is 0. If I just hard code that to true, does it infinitely go through the game script? Yeah. It's true, it works, it's a thing. We're calling input manager update. I mean, I could just do a workaround and work with SFML directly instead of through the engine here. I don't see why. That's weird. Why doesn't this work? So we'll look at this. However, we then would need to implement the like mouse up. So over here we'll do I'll make an enum. I feel like I should already have an enum for this. Apparently not. I mean, my other games have used mouse. Just a little bit differently, where I maybe am okay with holding down the mouse, but let's put default or neutral. I don't know. What do you call the mouse state when you haven't done anything with it yet? Neutral, or we'll just set it to 0. Click left down, left release. So up here, if the mouse is currently down and our current state is, well, I mean, it could be anything really. It doesn't really matter in that case. If the mouse is not down and our state was previously down, then we set mouse state to release. And in that case, we can say continue script is true. Let's just put up here, if mouse is down, mouse state is mouse down, left down. Otherwise, if it is mouse up, let me rephrase this, mouse up. And if not that, then we're just setting it back to neutral. Nice, okay, that works. And then it just resets the script again. But I can keep changing. It didn't go back to the black background, it looked like. I mean, not that it really is supposed to loop back around. Or actually, it didn't go there at all, did it? Because this is the default, and it's supposed to set it to the black background, so maybe it couldn't find it. Anyway. character says, or background. Oh, oops. Um, Set it to whatever the parameter is. I'll add a log to this as well. Maybe it just didn't run the first line. Maybe I'll just make this say start. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, so that does work. That can be fixed up later. But we're gonna save everything. I'll have to clean up that log. But let's make sure we commit. Did I update? I did kind of update the engine. Or does I... This might just have the engine inside of the repo. I might just... Yeah, because Christmas Horse is kind of old. And I didn't want to like mess up the current version of the engine, so it might just be a specific version. Because I could make it a submodule, but I just didn't want to deal with if I have multiple projects and then breaking it with like Christmas Horse or vice versa. So that's there's the log. Echo log.html to get ignore. Okay, I apparently updated the config. I updated the startup state. Um, so pretty productive day. We added basic script parsing for background, show character, hide character. We'll push. And then I can work on it more later, or maybe a little bit throughout the week because it's going to be just student exams and grading. And then otherwise, I don't like prep class or have to do anything in class. So maybe I'll just be doing Christmas Wars all week. But that should be up to date now. Yep, I added that. And I'm going to show Rebecca, and then we can keep working on it. We have like a first scene script, which I could literally just kind of port from a text document to the script now, but I'll do that another time. But so far, that's gone pretty decently. I think it went well. I still have some work reports to write, and also I might just take a nap because it is Sunday, or play video games. But I also have reports to write, but I also have finals to prepare for, which isn't going to be a big deal. But all right, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in. Slash Jag is probably like, why did all these people join the IRC? No one's ever in here. We will change that. We'll just do IRC based uh, chat because it's much cooler than freaking YouTube chat or Discord chat. But okay. Once again, I have to remember, do I hit stop on OBS first, or I assume I hit stop on OBS, and then I hit stop in YouTube. Thanks, everyone.